Listen to me. The Bible came to life, these more than scriptures to me. When I'm in the spirit, them demons keep their distance from me. The prophets is back, and we ain't missing a beat. They'll eventually see. The time is now. Pick your Bible up, put them idols down. Posted on the chief cornerstone, we on solid ground. The Israelites are active, who gon' calm us down? Messiah gon' rule the planet this time around. Humble said, we gotta repent. Not a lie was told. Fourth quarter, ballers in our court, this ain't the time to fold. Oppression could make a man into solid gold. Dreaming dreams, I see better when my eyes are closed. The Sunday church is listening, like it makes sense now. I never heard the Bible quoted this way. Some Gentiles listening like they more than just slaves. They the children of God, teach us the laws, we want to be saved. Question, if they fully by 2 Egyptian soldiers, but can I alter his judgment just because I'm enraged? Is Abba playing them kind of games, and is his mind the same? I ain't got the answers, I'm just trying to find a way. Wayasha Yara, Shayar, Kadash, La Amar, Lakna, Lakwakath, Atha Hasapar, Wala Pathak, Atha, Kamata Wayal, Kaya, Ata, Mashakata, Wabadama, Kanayath, La Alahayam, Makal, Mashapaka, Walashawan, Wakal, Amwipa White. That was Revelation 5 and 9. They can see that we bout to rise, so that's why they plotting on our demise. I look back at the lies and how they capitalize, like why we still divided. Oppressor cornered you, he has a gun. Before he pulls the trigger, would he ask what camp you from? Or where you fellowship? Something ain't adding up. New generation breaking barriers, we had enough. Listen to me. The Bible came to life, these more than scriptures to me. When I'm in the spirit, them demons keep their distance from me. The prophets is back, and we ain't missing a beat. They'll eventually see.
Repent or perish with the rest. The weight of sin on me was heavy, now I carry less. I read the word, applying scriptures to my very best. I feel like a pallbearer the way I bury flesh. Yo, The Rock, in your verse, it makes sense what you said. This land is dreadful, but not because we both rockin' dreads. Hypothetically, I hope that don't go over their heads. Cause the wisdom like projectors, it goes over their heads. Yeah, the spirit's my direction, so I go where it led. See, the masses need connection, but they soulless instead. Okay, I get it. Proverbs, money, answer all things. But I'm like sesame seeds, cause I'm over the bread. Living outside my flesh, spirit vexed. I was a slave of sex, spirit depressed. I felt like I was possessed. How can I deal with the stress? The spirit inside of me left, Superman without the S. My spirit was a mess, yeah. I did my best, couldn't afford the time. Like a protect, should've got left. But he protect, repent, he will not reject. Defensive, won't leave you blessed. It took me a while, yeah. To see his will, I used to cry myself to sleep for real. Demons and the beast is real. Blast them out, that's an easy kill. Oh, so you perfect still. Some of us don't keep it real. He get the credit, no visa bill. The most high, he gave me talent. Metaphors with ease for real. Netflix, no need to chill. No flex, y'all need to chill. Flow steam like tea for real. Follow laws, they all apply. Mashiach is my lead for real. Whole team keeping feast for real. Passover coming, but I gather during quarantine. Man, I swear I feel I'm getting closer with more war than peace. Never seen angels riding with them. That's a war machine from morning to eve. They gon' swarm the evil, but they more than bees. Matthew 24, 2nd Ezra, chapter 16. Better read, it's not a magazine, no picture painting these. Face the ease, get the message please, or face the lack of peace. In the siege, you gon' fold their eyes like the Maccabees. Hold on.
Desperate to live, afraid to die. They deceive you. Your money gets your focus on the wrong things. The sins of the flesh will lead you to destruction. We must repent for the lust of the eyes, the lust of the flesh, and the pride of life. Do you see the suffering around you?
Here come the boom. Look who just stepped in the room. Got soldiers in every direction. As long as they step in in tune. I be in all black with the groove. watching Babylon fall to doom. Lord know I'm ready, and I know that you know that her love is deadly, but I am immune. These niggas talking rude to whom? That's a spot, you'll be moving soon, and you'll be leaving shortly. Still walking with them angels, yeah, they still enforce me. Got a whole lot of zeal, I can't get it off me. Plus I'm winning like I got a blue ribbon on me. He ain't one what, bitch, I'm big important. See, I knew these niggas like to do that pillow talking, so that's why I bought a Glock to the slumber party. Got it off the dust. I just began to it pretty much. That brotherhood of weapon, gotta keep it in the clutch. If it ain't one West, nigga, hush. I don't wanna hear it, keep the tone down. Had a couple complications, but it's on now. So you can kill in speculation, bitch, I'm thrown down. And if you want a conversation, set it zone down. What he say, I ain't hear him, I done zoned out. Can't walk, this a low mouth. I'm 44, I'm on another level with it. These niggas never listen, so I let the devil get his ass. I try to tell him, I'm a rebel nigga. Better be careful if you ever think I'm stepping in my path. Cause it ain't no game. Stay in your lane, now I'm playing twisted metal with his ass. Got it off the top. I just began to it pretty much. That brotherhood of weapon, gotta keep it in the clutch. Revenge to my main bitch, I think I got a crush. And she know that I got some sick shit inside me. But you know it should be K versus everybody. Got the job, move the buttons like he Teddy Riley. Now I'ma race through the track like a Ricky Bobby. Got it off the dust. I just began to it pretty much. That brotherhood of weapon, gotta keep it in the clutch. Gotta keep it with me, it's a must. Got it off the dust. I just began to it pretty much. That brotherhood of weapon, gotta keep it in the clutch. If it ain't one West, nigga, hot.
Playing with me, this is Deacon's Hood. They say that boy Deacon good.
This is the birth of a nation for real. We spiritual killers, no Hollywood. I'm from the alleys of Rainier Valley, in particular Hollywood. Listen, I come from Crippin', where niggas is trippin' and grippin' the shoddy wood. Niggas be getting too deep, but just stick to the milk because milk does a body good. Modern day Moses, like Moses, I'm leading my people up out this captivity. And I ain't gonna stop till my people on top and they all set at liberty. Look, I ain't indulging, exposing these Edomites' wicked activity. And I think the month of February is way too short for black history. I am an activist, I'm calling Kaepernick way above average. The man from Nazareth, he is immaculate. I am the catalyst, I was like Lazarus, I ain't gonna stop. I keep the matches lit, Kodak should capture this. Sync on your battleship, precision accurate, flow is so hazardous. I just pray I'm taking up when the rapture hit, Lord. I got a lawyer upstairs, so I'm beating the case. I'm never tripping at all, I'm just keeping the faith. Before the judgment is the season of grace. So every morning, what you do? I'm seeking his face. My sisters don't like their natural look at all, they want heathen hair. My brothers just kill their young brothers in the streets and don't even care. It's time for me to start educating, separating the wheat from tares. And niggas get cooked when it come to the beef in the streets, but the beef is rare. Ride like a motorist, I am a chauvinist. Hit hard like Kovalev, on point like Obelix. You didn't notice it, killing these vocalists. Hip-hop is over with, got it on lock. You cannot open it, call me a socialist. We do not coexist, this how you supposed to spit. I'm never soldierless, call on the Lord till my data is over it. Woo! My flow is on top of the game, I ain't coming down. We taking over the mainstream and the underground. We can't even let our kids outside to run around. Police are policing the streets, trying to hunt us and gun us down.
Yo, shalom, shalom, family. This is your brother Jeremiah. Yeah, where the camera at, bro? Talk to me.
We in the wilderness.
We in the wilderness doing a cast. You gotta put that mic closer.
We in the wilderness.
Get
out of there. And brother.
You, him.
And brother Zion.
Right. So
there we go.
You
We
see
gonna
Iron Council, man. We out here in the elements. We trying to do this cast, trying to be faithful to the brothers out there and the sisters watching. Trying to be consistent no matter what. Lord willing, we can continue to do this. Today we got it's a special day. It's a feast of dedication. We out here, we outside. It's cold. You know what I'm saying? Still trying to be faithful to the people. And we got a little bit of a special surprise. We out here with the camp, with the brothers, sons of Jacob, to get a couple of interviews in to see how the brothers are. Y'all might have had some questions for the brothers. So if y'all got some questions, also y'all can put them in the comments and we can ask them that too. Hey, brothers is loud, bro. Brothers is loud.
Yeah, they got their own thing going back there.
Right, they got their own thing. And they can't hear them out there? Yeah, that's what's up. They loud as they almost distracted almost. So, you got a what? Right. Oh, okay. You want to talk closer. You gonna talk in your mic though. All right. Yeah. So we just it's not gonna be a long cast, man. But we just wanted to, you know what I'm saying? Again, just show y'all, man, that we out here. We trying to be faithful to y'all and be consistent. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be an everyday podcast like always the same thing, man. Sometimes we're gonna be out doing interviews. You know, Christmas is coming up. We might be out there in the stores doing an interview.
Wait. Whoa.
We might be
Whoa.
talking to the people, bro, seeing what they think. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna be shopping. That's definitely not gonna happen. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying we're gonna be out there asking the people questions about Christmas, man, because we already know it's pagan, it's against God. But you know, a lot of our people still don't know, right? But yeah. So what we can do? Anybody? Y'all got something you want to bring? You want to add? Y'all see Zion in the building. Brother got his face in. Brother,
5E in the shot.
Right. That brother, he like, you know what I'm saying, got that model-esque look, brother, over there. You got to give him the mic, though.
So, listen, y'all. A lot of people, I'm going to say a lot of people, but some people be wondering where I'm at in the main setup in the podcast. I'm there, y'all. Right, I'm just behind the camera. Scenes. I guess we're going to need to have a bigger table maybe, but we're figuring out the kinks. We want to shout out everybody that's been consistent, been watching, been supporting. We can shout out people in the comments right now. So we got Hebrew Daughter. We got From Egypt to Israel. We got Prince Lab Rakia. We got Xavier McLeod. We got Williana, all in the comments. We really appreciate y'all. This is only episode 4.
Willina? Sister Willina?
Yep.
Hey, man, shout out to Sister Willina, man, for paying some alms towards Sons of Jacob ministry, man. That's beautiful. We appreciate all y'all that's been supporting our ministry, man. We thank y'all. And a lot of this wouldn't even be possible for us to gather together and keep the feast days if it wasn't for y'all. So we really appreciate y'all, man. God bless y'all. Keep doing what y'all doing. We appreciate that. All praises.
Like Hebrew Daughter is like our biggest fan, so we want to give a special shout out.
Hebrew Daughter is everywhere, man.
Hebrew Daughter be in the mix.
Right. She's all over the place. She's doing a good work too, man. Good work. We appreciate y'all, man. But without further ado, like I said, this ain't gonna be too long of a podcast. We had something else in mind. We had other things ready, but we wasn't prepared for the feast day. The feast day did come upon us, I ain't gonna lie. And hey, we're gonna keep it pushing though. We're gonna keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? I got a question though. Are we on the main page? Okay, all right, cool. That's cool. Because I know one of the brothers they wanted us to go to the main page too, to do this podcast on the main page, and that'd be a good idea. Hey, I'm glad you're here, brother. Go ahead, hold tight. We about to get you.
All right, we got our first.
Yeah. So we got our first one. Go
We
ahead.
got our first interview. Is it interviewee? Is that what it would be? Have a seat, brother.
Yes, sir. Right.
I'm so excited.
So we got can you state your name and what it means,
My
brother?
title?
What
My
rank,
name-
title, and what it means.
Officer Maharaka. My name translates to Ready Spirit.
Ready Spirit. Officer Mahar Rakan. Ready Spirit.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. So can you tell us a little bit about how you got into the truth? I know brothers this brother been on a podcast before, so this is not his first rodeo. You know
Where
what I'm
was
saying?
I on the
This brother
podcast?
been a cast before, bro.
When?
This brother out there, bro.
When? Okay. Oh, you said I've been on the podcast, on a podcast.
Not ours, but a
Okay.
podcast.
Yeah. So, I'm definitely excited to be on Iron Council. You know what I'm saying? It's a dream come true.
It's a dream. I've always wanted it.
I've
always wanted this cast.
Right. How I came into the truth. I was graduating. I heard about the truth by IUIC. Aharon, 9th grade, summer of going into high school, maybe? We heard about IUIC? Yeah. So, mind you, I'm still like young.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm 8th grade summer going into high school. So I didn't really receive it, but enough for me to remember like that they was Israelites. You see what I'm saying? They told me Christ was black and I was a king. That's all I remember.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But how I really came into the truth it was 2018 enough for me to remember like four years later. And I'm on a basketball team. We like kind of like skipped school, and we was like just doing things we wasn't supposed to be doing. What teenage boys would probably do, in this society,
Right.
Whatever.
We get it.
One of the little bros was like that's on the basketball team, and we ended up all coming to the truth at the same time. Via the same situation. So we skipping school. Brothers were smoking, whatever. We came back in, and he was like, "Bro, I gotta show y'all a video." And his name is Demetrius Kane. Powerful brother. I missed that brother. Anyways, he told me he turned on Naquam. He turned on Naquam. It was when the page was Adam Abat. So it was a while ago. Adam Abat page. If you know, then you know. Like that page was crazy. I seen it and just how powerful, how eloquent the brother was. He brung out scriptures. Every time he's made a point, he like quoted the scripture. He flew to the scripture and he brung it out. I'm like, this gotta be the truth.
Right.
So like, that was the very first time. Like the seed was really just, it was sown. The seed was already sown, but that's when it started taking root. It took me until the end of 2018.
Right.
So I heard it early 2018 before I graduated. It took me late 2018 before I was actually actively keeping commandments. And develop the actual sincere fear of the Most High.
So I'm glad you said that too about, it took you about 2-3 years to get actually active into the truth. How long would you say?
I heard about IUIC, but they just planted a seed.
Right.
It started sprouting in 2018.
Right. So I'm glad you said that because a lot of people might think that the truth should hit them and it should take off. Sometimes it takes time. That's what I'm trying to say. It do take time. It don't always happen. So, but again, I know people wasn't ready for Sons of Jacob to be interviewed. Sons of Jacob wasn't even ready for this to happen. We sprung it up on them. You know what I'm saying? But can you describe to me a little bit on how much of a difference it is between you before and you now?
Definitely major change. Like Romans chapter 12:2, it tells you that you gotta renew it says transform your mind. You gotta let the word transform your mind. And that's really what took root. The process of me changing, it was more so inwardly, spiritually, mentally than physically.
Right.
Because I'm still Mahar. I'm still the same guy. Old friends, they'll see me and still see me, but they'll see a better me. And really what it was a transforming of my mind. The things that I thought was right, God said, no, that's not what's right. And it took a transformation like that to pinpoint actually answer your question. the main thing that changed was just my mentality. The things that I think that's right, it's not governed by my own thoughts. It's governed by the Most High God's thoughts.
Right.
And the things that I think are wrong, it's not governed by me. It's governed by the Most High. So that's what I would say.
God. If any of y'all brothers got a question for the brother, feel free. And if y'all that are watching have any questions, feel free, and we'll drop your question on the brother. But again, this is Officer Mahar. Officer Mahar, what would be one? I know there's many, but one out of your favorite scriptures. What would be one of your favorite scriptures?
Sirach chapter 43 and 30. I say it after every class. When you glorify the Lord, exalt him as much as you can. For even yet will he far exceed. And when you exalt him, put forth all your strength. And be not weary, because ye can never go far enough.
And can you do a little bit? Can you go into a little bit of why that's, because it's almost pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah.
But just touch a little bit on why that's such a good scripture for you. Why you like
it's
that?
such a prominent scripture for me because it's just a reminder, and brothers who are around me, it's like a check. Like, bro, what are we really doing this for?
Mm-hmm.
It's to give the glory to the Most High God. It's to honor the Most High God. And if I can't get excited for the Most High God when I'm around you,
right.
It speaks to, it's like a big old elephant in the room because that's what I'm about. That's what my whole life is about, to fear God and keep his commandments. So I'm going to go far. I'm going to go hard. I'm going to do that. That's what I'm about.
So, hey, these guys over here, they like to, it gets a little crazy out here.
Hey,
and,
like I said, we in the wilderness.
We in the wilderness, bro. It gets a little crazy out here.
Right.
You never know what you're going to get. Can you tell me a little bit of, I'm going to ask you this first.
Okay.
And I know a lot of brothers and sisters that's in the truth know kind of what you might go into, but I want you to tell me what a high value woman looks like.
Ooh! Okay. You want my long story short?
Hey, however you want to. We podcast. We got Iron Council, brother.
All praise to the Most High. A high value woman.
Iron Council. Hey, we got to get that in, bro.
For me,
right.
A high valued woman is a woman who fears the Most High God. Ask me why.
Why?
Why? Because everything that I desire in a woman, it will come by fearing the Most High God. So her being submissive to her husband and being submissive to me, she's not going to do that unless she fear the Most High God. Her wearing the certain modest apparel, it comes by her fearing the Most High God. Being able to accept orders and to run the household how I see fit, according to the law, statutes, and commandments, of course, it comes by fearing the Most High God.
Right.
The understanding of just the whole dynamic of a marriage and a relationship with anybody, it comes by fearing the Most High God. So a high valued woman to me, it's never going to revolve around money or an inheritance.
Right.
Especially with the mental bondage that our women was placed in by our enemies.
Right.
So the only way you can break those kind of shackles is by fearing the Most High God. And the men speaks volumes. It's the men speaks volumes because we was shackled up and chained in our minds too, but it didn't ever. We wasn't able to break those shackles by our own strength. It was by the fear of the Most High God and Him being us coming as children to be able to be taught. So that's my main thing. If she fears God, she's going to be able to be taught. She's going to be moldable. She's going to be everything I needed to do if she fears the Most High God.
That's what's up. I don't know if any, like I said, if any of y'all brothers have any questions, just feel free to jump in. But I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep pushing it. What's one of the craziest things you out there on the streets?
Yeah.
Often.
Every
Sabbath. Every Saturday.
Every week.
Brother out there on the streets. What's one of the craziest things you've experienced, if you don't mind? Like, you don't have to get too crazy because a lot of people that watch the videos, they don't actually get to see what happens behind the scene when the camera cuts off. There's actually sometimes we cut the camera off because something is getting ready to happen.
Yeah.
So what is one of the craziest things that you've witnessed?
It's a crazy thing. I'm not going to go into a particular example, but a crazy thing is all we do is open up the Bible and, read what the words say. Speak what the words say with boldness, right? As we should. And people threaten to take our lives because of that. So if you're a brother who wishes to go out there, it's a normal thing. It happens from camp to camp to camp, and that's part of our persecution. So just gird up your loins, know that that's gonna happen, and take it cheerfully.
It's like a war out there. It's a spiritual
war.
war.
It's battle.
It's really
it's
really like
Don't
that.
take it lightly.
Mm-hmm.
You know, can I keep
Go
going on
ahead.
that?
Yeah.
Like when you go out there, you know, you got days where it's just chill. You might be prophesying to the wind. You got days where a whole host of Christians will pop up. You got days where you'll talk to a Muslim about the Quran.
Right.
You got days where somebody might come and he might actually try and persuade you to his doctrine. So it's warfare. Right. He might get you to try and stop breaking God's commandments.
Right.
And if you're not strong enough, the word is fortitude. If you don't have enough mental fortitude, you can definitely be persuaded to their side. You know, especially if you're talking to an intelligent, you know, man. You know, you can be persuaded by his words. So it's really warfare. You know, the tax, man, to look at our people and see the state that they're in from a truth perspective, it is awful. It's scary. Mm-hmm. It angers me. You know, when I go out there and I teach my people, I try to teach my people. You know, some people don't listen. You know, it's just all kind of battles you face. Right. And on top of that, if you're not being circumspect and just taking care of business, you can take certain problems to camp.
Right.
You know, like if you're not
talk about that, right?
Like, you know, SOJ, we got camp rules. Mm-hmm. You know, we go over the rules every time before we go into camp. But you never want to bring pride to camp. Right. You never want to bring, you know, just bad spirits to camp. You know, you might be having bad problems in your household or just a long week.
Right.
And just to check those feelings and really get your mind ready to serve the Most High God and to plant seeds and to feed the sheep, like right. It's a real spiritual battle. Hey, it's a real job.
And you don't want to bring those spirits home.
Right.
That's another thing because
that's big.
That happened. That has happened where you in the mindset to where you are frustrated and that spirit comes home with you and you're like, damn, I don't even know why I'm so upset or I'm frustrated, and the wife is like, what's wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? She might be like,
how was camp?
Right.
How was camp?
What are you saying?
Right. Go ahead. I gotta hear this. Ooh. Come on, get that out. I gotta hear this.
But I'm trying to ask some of the questions that people might want to know. Some of the things I've heard before, like why are men in the truth so harsh? What would you say about that? What would you say if somebody would ask you, why are y'all so mean?
Slug it. He said, "Get it out." I'm gonna go.
He's gonna go ahead and get it out. I'm gonna go ahead. Talk about it.
Okay, we have prominent figures that are in our community. How was camp? It was a recent camp where a prominent figure in our community said, "I am not concerned about who I am."
Yeah. That's a problem.
I am not concerned about who. And the scriptures speak about this. It says, "Their own shepherds pity them not."
Right.
Their own shepherds pity them not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Go ahead.
So, what made that situation worse is that was a general. I'll fix it. You know, technical difficulties. Saying no, give us breaks. It was a literal general, from my understanding. I'm pretty sure, I don't know how their branch is, but when you introduce ourselves, or when they introduce themselves and they talking about how they're part of the original Black Panthers, they have so much pride about it.
It's up. It's out there.
You know, a lot of young kids could be inspired by what he was saying, how he was saying. He was like, you know, and the guns, they look all flashy, they look beautiful. But then we asked him, what our officer, mighty officer Aharon, Lord willing he'll be here to be interviewed. He asked him one question: do you know if you are a Hebrew Israelite? And his only answer was, I'm not concerned. I'm just here to gather black people.
That's madness.
That's crazy. And Officer Mahar, he said, how does that help? What do we do? How does that help after we figure out if we all became Black Panthers? What do we do from there? But I digress.
All right,
Hey, so, I got a script. Hey, he pulled out the. Hey,
he
pulled out the slapper. He pulled out the slapper. So yeah,
forbidden on Iron
It's getting
Council?
dangerous.
Is that forbidden on Iron Council?
Absolutely
That's
not.
definitely not forbidden.
This is
on
legal?
Iron Council. This is legal.
Okay, cool. I'm glad I'm in this place.
Right.
I told you I was excited. I'm trying to keep cool. I'm really a fan. You remember your question?
My question was Why are men in the truth sound so harsh? Why do they seem so harsh?
It could be a plethora of reasons. I'll give my reason on what I see, right? So I'm not speaking definitely on every brother's situation. Right. And I'll kind of bring it out. This is Ecclesiastes 7:7. Mm-hmm. It says, "Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and the gift it destroys the heart." So it says, "Surely oppression makes a wise man mad." Angry people, they usually scream. They usually speak loud.
Right.
The reason why we are speaking so loud, I think, is because of the oppression, the massacre, the mental robbery, and just the attacks on our people. Right. Honestly, I think it's coming from that place. Do I think, as a man, I'm speaking this because it is both sides of the spectrum.
What's that mean as a man?
Say that one more time.
What's that mean as a man? You're speaking this. You said as a man you're speaking this. What's that mean?
As a man, I'm speaking from more of an opinion. Okay. It's not because the Bible is very balanced. Mm-hmm. So you got both sides of a spectrum,
right?
And you got to view both sides. According to the Bible, you got to be just in judgment, and you got to see both sides of any situation to judge appropriately, right? I can't say you two, Captain Jeremiah, Officer Tahuam, y'all get into a situation where a judge needs to hear the story.
Right.
I can't just hear what you say and not hear. You see what I'm saying? So I'm looking at both sides of the spectrum. I can understand why brothers bring it out like that, and they bold as a lion, and I think that is needed. But I do think it is a certain level. It is a certain level that we need to get to where we can actually harness our craft when it comes to speaking to our people, where we're using, salt and wisdom and discernment and just knowing the times that we're living in, and the best way and the most effective way to reach somebody. It isn't always by yelling at them,
right.
And that's just kind of common sense. And a lot of teachers develop that over time, and I think SOJ, over time, we have developed the skill to really just understand people in the most effective way to get to people. And like I said, it's not always the best time to just yell at our people. Right. It don't really send the right message to them. We're not wrong for doing it. The Bible say, lift up your voice like a trumpet.
Right.
And show my people their transgressions.
Right.
And Jacob their sins. So, like I said, I got to look at it, rightfully, and look at both sides of the spectrum. Mm-hmm. It's needed, and it is okay to do it, but sometimes it's a better way to do it. And it's by just talking to our brothers and sisters on this kind of level, But I yield right there.
Right. A lot of times we want to be wise, and you want to be able to see both sides of the spectrum and put yourself in their shoes and see if you want to be yelled at. Yeah. Like, I wouldn't want to be yelled at. Let's say we're in the wilderness again, people. We are in the wilderness. This is real life right now. This is a podcast that you probably won't see ever on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's actually doing a hell of a job. That's good. So we got beasts of the field out here right now, bro. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. So
got 5 dogs.
Con, go ahead.
Shout out to Hebrew Doctor. We got some commenters. Hebrew Daughter says, I am loving. Hebrew Daughter says, I am loving this dialogue. Relina. All right, sorry. Says, nice to see you, family. And then Carlos Wilson says, Shalom. So shout out to everybody that's supporting this. We appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Wilderness, anytime, snowing, storming, Iron Council is there.
Hey, and again, if y'all have any questions for the brother or any brother in particular, or just a question in general, we'll try our best to answer the question or get the question answered. But like I was saying, is that when you got to put yourself in the other person's shoes, and you don't want to be yelled at. If I go up and I don't know anything, and I'm in sin, I don't want to be yelled at. I don't want to be beat up verbally. You know what I'm saying? I don't want somebody to try to, take their time and get some understanding with me and give me understanding, and I could probably rock with it. You know what I'm saying? But sounding so harsh, it does come with it because there's passion behind it.
Yeah.
Lift up thy voice like a trumpet, like you said before. Mm-hmm. So Yeah. Hey, I appreciate that. Did you have something? Did you say you was? Oh, okay. Was you finished with that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I had a few more questions. What would you say a mindset? What's the mindset of people that are coming into the truth? What would you say they need to try to focus on more than anything when they're just now coming into the truth? What should their mindset be?
That's a good question. Because you can place your focus in a lot of places. To put it the best possible answer in its simplest form to men, women, children is going to be obeying the Most High God, fearing the Most High God. Nothing else is going to get you there in like longevity across the board. If you fear the Most High God, everything else going to come in it's going to fall into place.
I only got a couple more questions, and we can end it with the unless you have something for us, unless you have something that you want to.
Okay.
But one question. It's an off the wall question, and I feel like I'm trying to be louder than the dogs out here. So
can they hear him, Zion? Okay, I'll praise this.
They can hear it.
All right.
Like, just keep the same tone.
Okay, so try to keep the same. Okay. Have you ever been jumped before?
Have I ever been jumped?
Right.
Yes.
You have? Have you ever jumped someone?
Yes. Yes. I have.
God, it's just a little.
Most High says, I liken my judgment unto a ring.
Oh, that is true.
God, it's just,
that's true.
Just a little a light question at the end of it, man. We are here having fun. Again, Feast of Dedications.
Day number 1!
And if you have something that you want to leave with
This
the
is day
people,
1?
Day 1!
Okay. If you have anything for the people that you want to leave or you want to just throw out there, feel free.
I don't have anything extra. My mind drew blank.
That's
So
okay.
I'm not
That's okay.
I'm not going to force it.
Hey, we're going to be here, man. So we got a lot of other brothers to talk to.
Right.
And if you have something that you want to add in afterwards, whatever, feel free, bro. Hey, that's a powerful officer, Mahar Rakah. So we appreciate you, brother. We thank you. Hey, see who ready. Just see who ready.
Hey, send them over here.
Right, just send them over here. We interviewing tonight, man. I thought this was going to be kind of quick. The questions just kind of linked, it was off the spirit, right?
Off the spirit.
So it seemed to be a little bit lengthy. Shalom.
Hey, quick backstory. Hey, Officer Mahar is one of the reasons why I am a part of the body of SOJ right now. But
beautiful. You want
to that'll be a later story. That'll be like we have the next interviewee.
Okay, go ahead.
We have the next interviewee.
Okay, Con.
With a tangerine, or was that an apple? All right.
Con, so state your rank, name, and what it means.
My name is.
You gotta talk to the mic.
Oh, okay, Swaki. This the camera right
here? Yeah.
My name is Soldier Malachi.
Con.
And Malachi means my messenger.
Soldier Malachi means my messenger. Messenger of angel, or the angel, right? What? I know you already answered this earlier today. What got you into the truth? How did you come into the truth? How did you come into the truth?
I have a question. Where did you get that apple? I would like one of those apples. All right. Okay. All
right. So the way I came into the truth, of course, all glory to the Most High God, because that was His plan. But the way that it played out, basically, I was in one of the worst parts of my life, just to be honest. Like, I was off into a lot of folly. Was trying to run the streets, selling drugs to my own people, all manner of wickedness.
Right.
And I was trying to go real hard with it. That's where my mind was at. I was trying to do the right thing at the same time. If that makes sense. I was trying to do the right thing. But so, all praise to the Most High. He had mercy and He showed me grace by way of these brothers at SOJ. Right. So this how it happened. This is the story of it.
Go on, talk about it.
Right. So I'm coming out if anybody know about Tulsa, you know about 6-1.
Mm-hmm.
I was coming out the 6-1 store. And my girl at the time, she was talking to a group of men.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm, what? It better be a good explanation why she over here talking to this group of men. So I walk over, I'm confused. I don't I didn't get rowdy with these brothers and nothing, but I was just, because I seen that they had a purpose and they was speaking and they had Bibles in their hand. I just had never seen no brothers like these before. And I'm wondering why my girl talking to them. So I stopped and I listen. I don't say anything. And they got the breaking down scriptures to me. And everything was making so much sense. Like, I was saying this earlier, and it was crazy because I never really thought about it like this. It's blowing somebody's mind. It's difficult to blow somebody's mind just multiple times in a row. Like in one conversation, you just blowing somebody's mind.
One time might be okay, but multiple times over and over again.
You see what I'm saying? Like, they just blowing my mind back to back. They bringing out scriptures. Everything they say, they prove it in the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of it was news to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of it I didn't know. Most of it I didn't know. Because I was on some Christianity time at the time. Somewhat. Because my mama... Somewhat.
Right, somewhat.
You see what I'm saying? Because my mama had kind of tell me, like, son, come to church. I'm like, all right. And plus, I was going through some crazy things. I'm like, maybe I do need some God in my life.
Uh-huh. Right.
So, it was during that time. So,
they can't hear them. So
okay, cool.
I know it's crazy over there, but they can't hear us. So.
I'm like, them brothers over there in their cup.
On your podcast?
They in their cup, ain't they? Okay.
Our IT say they can't hear them, so
all praise.
We're gonna have to.
So boom.
Trust that.
I'm coming out the store. I see my woman talking to a group of men. I walk over so I can understand like what's going on here, and they got the bringing out scriptures. Mm-hmm. And lining it up with real life and lining up history with prophecies. And, and it was just blowing my mind back to back. When you hear it, it's like, it was so refreshing to my soul. Like, it was so refreshing.
All praises. Right.
And that's everything been different since then. Everything was different after that day. Every time I see these brothers, I'm pulling up. What's up? I'm on there. I'm pulling up.
Right.
I'm walking up because they be posted up at the stove. So I'm going to walk up to the stove and really chill with brothers. And it just
get to come out to the feast days.
Right. I started coming in and really hanging around. And I love these brothers so much because I noticed that their vibe was so organic. And it was just like really brotherly love. And I was really digging it. I noticed that the first day I was around them. Yeah, that's kind of how it happened. I was still in a lot of nonsense after I found out those things, but the Lord.
Yeah, he did his work.
The Lord works.
Yeah, he did his work. He pulled you. You know what I'm saying? He kept having to do a little bit more work and pulling you out of it, and he did his thing. You know what I'm saying? That's
exactly.
Yeah, that's
all
what
praises for that. I don't take no credit for it, man.
All praises. So, and this is just go ahead.
Life off.
So as y'all know, especially if you keep watching our videos, we go to 6-1 Alive. And I know we do plant a lot of seeds, and hopefully, even if we don't see it, they came into the church. That's what we're saying. But we like to use this example. We've been all those years on 6-1 for brothers like Malachi, for brothers that were able to hear the truth from men that the world see as crazy, the world sees as terrorists, and they actually make a subconscious decision to kill that old man. Their friends weren't down with it. Their mama wasn't down with it. Their fathers, they want you to still celebrate Christmas that's coming up. They want your kids to keep going into these public schools and do what other kids do. So it's a real challenge for It takes a real man to actually gird up that loins and stand for the Lord.
Today, hey, the mic is doing something different. Today, like Officer Mahar, he was saying how it's a warfare out there, man. It's spiritual, but it is kind of physical too. We didn't even know today. It was like, is it going to be a drive-by or not? You know what I'm saying? It was some situation to where it was like, dang, should we be concerned with our lives? Like it's serious out here. We go to the hoods, we go to where our people are and where the word is needed. We really go out here and put our lives on the line for this truth, man. But
the water
another question. Hey man, the water Yahweh. All praise to the Most High God, Yahweh. Hey, you've been in the truth for a little while. How long you been in the truth? I know you've been knowing the truth, but how long have you been walking in the truth?
I would say a year now. I think it's safe to say a year.
Okay. I know. After a year, this brother Malachi, he's got a pretty sharp mind on him. He's got a pretty sharp, strong mind, and knowing that, what would one of your favorite scriptures be that you can think of right off the top?
That's the spirit. Because look, I was gonna say I can still remember a few of the scriptures that they was first bringing out to me that was blowing my mind back to back to back, and it was I remember they showed me my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, and they was just relating it to reality. They was showing me how we gonna be the tail, the curses. We on the bottom of society. I'm like, and it's just blowing my mind because now, when you in the world, nothing makes sense. I don't care what you say, nothing makes sense. Like as far as life,
right?
There's a lot of things you can do, but as far as what you standing on and what you believe, nothing really makes complete sense.
Right.
But when they was telling me this, everything they said, they would go to the Bible. And it was crazy because when you learn that you are Israelite, God's chosen people, that make you feel special. That's what it was. I didn't have no purpose in life. I didn't feel as I had any purpose in life. And that's one thing that the Most High showed me through these brothers, is that you do got a purpose in life. Your life is valuable. Right. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I kind of feel like, because I was there at one point, these younger brothers, they kind of reckless and like, why not?
Right.
Don't nobody care. I ain't got nothing better.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
have you ever seen the Kia Boys?
Yeah.
You ever seen them?
Yeah,
it's kind of like that, huh?
Yeah,
it's like no purpose at all. Like it's reckless.
You're just doing whatever is fun.
Yeah.
And the world is what's telling you what's fun, but the whole time it's Satan.
Right.
Yeah. You're trying to have sex with as many sisters as you can.
Right.
You're trying to have the biggest stack of money. You're trying to flex on your brother.
It's vain and pointless, bro. There's nothing out there. You're come to find out, the longer you get in this truth, you start to see, man, there's really nothing out there. It's all vanity. It's nothing out there, man. The truth is definitely where it's at. You actually have a purpose in life. Another question, a little bit lighter on the questions. I know we went a little bit serious, but what would you say a high value woman? And I pose this question because I know around the time that I had actually wrote this question down on paper, this was like the main topic, like on social media. What was a high value woman look like? What does that look like to you? What was a high value woman look like to you?
In my opinion, a high value woman is a sister that she knows how to be in the role of a woman and do it well.
Mm-hmm.
And she not opposing you in everything, because that's how it is when you're in a world and you're in a relationship. Like, especially it's getting worse,
right?
Because these women, they feel like that they can be on par with men and they can do the same things that a man does. But when it's time to do the things that a man does, they're actually not capable. But the way society is set up, it's deep, the reason behind these things, but basically, a woman that knows how to be a woman to her. Be a woman to her husband.
Okay, that's what brings value.
Submissive,
right?
And she knows how to, she fears God. That's important.
Okay, so speaking about women, and this is just, you don't have to try to apply this question to the Bible. I just want to know what you think about this question. Should a woman know how to fight?
Yeah, I think everybody should know how to defend themselves.
Con.
Absolutely.
I'm right there with you. I think a woman should know how to fight. I know you only been in the truth for a little bit.
Still a babe.
Right. Out of the short time you've been in the truth, can you tell me discreetly, you don't have to go too crazy, but what is one of the things that you've experienced being in the truth?
One thing that I've experienced being in the truth.
Mm-hmm. What's one of the craziest things you've experienced? I might not have asked that question right. What's one of the craziest things you've experienced being in the truth?
I would have to say that the truth of the Bible. Because when you know about the Bible, okay, you think you know something.
Uh-huh.
But when brothers breaking down scriptures, going line upon line and showing you the truth of the Bible, it's like, wow, God really here. He really out here. He really doing what he says.
God is real.
He's real.
Right.
That's the craziest thing.
Right.
He's real. It's not just a story.
God.
It's not all, it's real.
God, that's what's up. That's beautiful. God, I really wasn't expecting that. That's what's up. It's beautiful. Let's see. One last question, man. Man, I don't want to ask you that question because I know I don't want it to get carnal. I don't want us to be cut off and this turn into a whole nother show or something. Don, yeah, let's get the comments. Always get comments.
All right. We got Willina. Willina. I am so sorry. Willina. It says, your dogs have my dog tripping. She's barking now, lol. We got.
Oh, is we live?
Yeah.
Oh, shalom.
Daniel Simeon Israel says, pray for me, brothers, please. Going through the worst emotional and mentally. All praises to the Most High God for you kings. So yeah, brother, we really pray for everyone during our prayer. We pray for our nation. We pray not only just for ourselves, just with our nation, that these brothers and sisters have their households in order. These brothers and sisters fight these demons. But
prayers going up, bro.
All right. You see what's happening here with this mic, right? Getting a little crazy. All right, one last question, brother. One last question. It don't have to be long or complex unless you want it to be, so it's all on you. Would the old you hang out with the new you?
Ooh, the old me hang out with the new me. The old me. This is a tough question. I gotta word it right.
Okay, go ahead. Take your time. You got time.
I want to say I'm a new creature.
Right.
The way I move is different.
Right.
I observe God's laws, and I fear God. But the old me didn't know about these things.
Mm-hmm.
I still love music. I'm kind of still me. I'm not just a random guy now, but yeah, I think I will.
You think so? I think everybody's kind of got a different answer. I think I asked this brother earlier too, and I think everybody's got a different answer on that. Some people would, some people wouldn't, man. Go
to
ahead.
clear it up. If I was doing all the actions that I was doing back then, I'd be like, look, bro, you be doing too much. I can't be around you.
Yeah, it's too crazy. It's too wild.
Cool guy.
Right. Keep doing your thing.
Pray for you.
God, man. If you got anything you want to ask or say to the people, you can feel free. We're gonna get some more brothers. We got a whole lineup. I don't think every brother ready to actually get into the camera today, but because it is a feast day, so like I said, we out here in the wilderness. It's a little crazy, but we want to go ahead and get everybody else in here too, or whoever wants to get in here too. But you got anything you want to shout out, you want to say, or anything?
Hey, shout out y'all that be that's faithful, diligent, Fear the Lord, keeping His commandments, man. Keep His commandments. Stay steadfast in your walk. Don't be offended for any reason. Trust God. Yeah, man. I love y'all.
All right.
You feel me?
All praises. Pray for me as I pray for you, huh?
Kind.
All
Prayers
praises.
going up for sure, though.
Kind. That's what's up. Hey, can you let one of the brothers know, whoever wants to come over and be interviewed? So with that, Shalom, brother, Shalom. The water for the interview. And if anybody want to, again, if anybody got any questions, comments for any other brothers, I don't know if Captain DeBar is going to join us.
Look, that's a mighty brother. We don't sit in front of him unless he should boast. But yeah, as far as growth, that's one of the brothers that have shown some of the most growth. We've literally seen this brother rise up from the dust.
God.
And
God.
right. As far as
okay. I got you.
He's one of the best examples of fruit being brought forth from the work.
God.
Because he's
like
brother stated, we've been on 6-1 for many years, as he's one of the only ones that have sprouted up. You spread seed in unlikely places, and then you see a shoot sprout up, and he's a prime example of that. So
Con. And also, a lot of y'all saw Officer Aharon in the Black Panther, general. So I'd love for we actually to get Officer point of view of that whole situation that went down with the Black Panthers, is that he could talk about his side of the story.
All right, so we're going to get into that too. So this is the infamous Aharon. Can you state your rank and your name and what it means?
Okay. My name, first off, is Aharon, which is a transliteration from the not original, but the bastard language English of Aaron, and it translates into light bringer, right?
Also, like they can't hear them. I know it's crazy over there. It get crazy over there.
Yeah.
But they can't. The mics ain't picking them up. So
okay.
Yeah, I know we're gonna get distracted, and I was too. I was actually trying to speak over y'all. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you don't have to. It's okay. You don't have to.
Okay.
Disclaimer.
The water.
Okay.
My rank in the camp is officer, and I'm the second officer under Mahar, right? For obvious reasons. Bro put in a lot of work. All praises. So I'm second rank into Officer Mahar, and that's my name and rank.
God. And what it mean? Did you go into that?
What mean?
Your rank, your name mean?
Lightbringer.
Lightbringer.
Yes,
Con.
Yes, sir.
So,
the light is the Torah. It can be anything. I can put a smile on your face. It can go into anything. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter.
So
this is grape juice.
Con. So we and
distilled grape juice.
And
distilled grape
brother,
juice.
He be drinking a lot of juice too. He was drinking that juice.
He said, "Brother, be drinking juice."
I know for a while it was apple juice.
Right.
It still is apple juice?
Nah, this ain't apple juice. Right here, Playboy.
All right. So like I said, the infamous Aharon, and I've actually got a call from another brother. What your Black Panther video? You know what I'm saying? Brother called in, but it's just showing that a lot of people are watching. So a lot of people saw the Black Panther. What happened between the Black Panthers actually coming out and talking to us? So what people gonna do? They're gonna say good things and bad things. You know what I'm saying? That's the balance of the things. But did you have that question? You had a question on that, didn't you? Go ahead.
Yeah. To say what he did. So, what was your first reaction when you asked him the simple question of, do you know you was a Hebrew Israelite?
That whole altercation, I was actually confused about a lot of things. I was caught off guard about a lot of things, and I can explain why. I respect the Black Panthers, right? And I actually showed more respect than what I should have. I looked at them brothers as if they were Hebrew Israelites, practicing Hebrew Israelites, right? And that was to my fault. I looked at them brothers as if they were IUIC, ISUPK, Sakari, whatever, you name it. I looked at them brothers as if they had held dear to the Bible. And that was to my fault. Because after the fact, when I asked them who they were, because that's a simple line of question that I have you heard of us? That's what I like asking everybody. Have you heard of us? Because I want to know what's the word around town. I'm not in the world anymore. I don't know what's going on. Have you heard of us? Common answer? Yeah. Okay, who are we? Israelites. Okay, cool. What you think about us? That's my first kind of line of questioning. What you think about us? Right? So the fact that he answered the way he answered, it confused me. Because now it's shooting red flags. Okay, he don't really care about his people like that. Right? Because Hebrew Israelites, whether or not we say we're Hebrew Israelites, whether or not we say we're Muslims, whether or not we say we're Moors, you should care about what your people are into. So the fact that you kind of said that threw a red flag in my head. Oh, so you don't really care. Exactly.
True.
Say it again.
I just said a lot of people watching the video, it threw a red flag. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are like, what? That's weird.
Exactly.
Yeah. Ain't you supposed to be for the people? Right.
I thought you was for all black people.
Right.
What do you mean you don't really think nothing about us? You know exactly who we are. How?
Right.
Why? What was your last altercation? What was your last look into? And like I said, it was to my fault that I actually held a high respect. Don't get me wrong. Right. I still respect them. I still 100% respect them. But to that level, I shouldn't have.
Right.
Because he turned his back on me. As a man, you know not to do that.
Right.
So, like I said, I talked to Officer Mahar about this. If I was a white man, he wouldn't have did that.
Right.
If I was a white man, that sister would have never spoke.
Right.
They would have held their peace.
Right. Or at least not like that.
Not like that.
Right. Go ahead.
So, just a little run ground. A lot of people saw it. The Black Panthers, they showed up. Right. They did their thing. The reason and the conclusion of why they was there was because a brother unjustly got killed. Right. And after how long do you think they went for?
15 minutes.
I thought Wall got it.
We'll give him a 20.
They are brothers 20.
So after 20 minutes, they was going in their vans, putting up their guns, everything, right?
Right.
And we so happened, Aaron saw the general or whatever ranking Black Panther that was. And so he addressed the men. Now there was women around, which was their women, right? So Aaron was trying to deal with the men, but what happened with the men? He turned his back on him, and he walked away. And he was kind of letting the women do their thing. They didn't have no overseer. They just were able to go do anything they will. So my next question is, how did you feel when their woman started addressing you like a man would?
It was a couple things. Like I said, my original thought was confused. Get, Macho. Get. My bad. This is my dog. He don't leave my side, as you can see. But my original, everything that came to my head, you can even hear on the video, I'm confused. I keep saying that. I'm confused. I don't get why. I don't get what's going on. I'm confused. So when the woman started speaking, I now get more confused. You know, I believe her first statement was, "Do you really know what's going on in that Bible?" All praises. I love that question. Let's get Deuteronomy 28:15. Let's read. Let's see what it's talking about, right? Because I was confused. Because, mind you, if you know me in the camp, I'm not normally the speaker. I'm trying to get adapted to being a speaker. Of course, I made some mistakes. I should have addressed the brother that turned his back instead of addressing her so strongly as I did. But I got corrected on that. You know, that didn't go unpunished, right? So, meanwhile, when that happened, when the sister addressed me, of course it was out of order. I still was confused because it was out of order. Like I said, I looked at these brothers as if they were practicing Hebrew Israelites, and as if they had order, and as if they had a certain rank, and as if I should have respected them in that manner, which I shouldn't have. Like I said, but when the sister kept speaking about the do I know the Bible? Yeah, cool. This is perfect. The Bible right up my alley. Do I know what that book talking about?
Right.
Yeah, I do. Let's read it. As we're reading it, instantly she just starts yelling out, "You're gods, you're gods." I'm not finna let that overrun the Bible. Keep reading, you know.
Talking over you.
Yeah,
right.
I don't mind that. But the Bible coming out, keep reading. I have a past history of whenever the Bible coming out and somebody talking, I get upset. I'm trying to stop that, so that's why I just looked at her kind of confused. Keep reading, brother. I'm not finna get on this time with her. You know, I'm gonna just let the Bible come out. As the Bible keeps coming out, I ask her, does she know what that said? She don't know what it said. Obviously, she wasn't listening.
Right.
You know, so then she keeps going on. Now I'm even more confused. I don't know what to do. Never been in this situation before. Like I said, I'm new to teaching on the streets.
Mm-hmm.
I'm new to teaching on the streets. I don't want this to be like I don't want people to look at me as if this is something I'm supposed to be great at.
Mm-hmm.
It's experience. I learned from it. Right.
Right.
New to teaching on the streets.
Right.
I don't know how to handle this situation. She's not addressing it. Brother just turned his back on me and walked away. What the hell going on?
Right. A lot of things.
IUIC when they did that.
Right. It seemed like they're not really here for you. They don't seem like they really care too much about.
Not at all.
Right. And I know from the talk of talking to the general and before they started, because we was taking a break. We had took a break off camera, and I was they came up. The general, I was talking to the general, and he was saying like, we not religion, or we don't go into religious beliefs. Like he was really trying to make that clear to me that he didn't go into religious beliefs. So
right.
And I was like, okay, I get it. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't have time to really go into it because it seemed like he was kind of pressed. He wanted to, make his appearance, shake my hand, let me know who he was and what they was out here doing and where they finna go and talk for about 15, 20 minutes.
Right.
And then do their thing. But, I think the way that you handled it, a lot of us would have handled it. I probably would have handled it the same way. Mm-hmm. So, I can't say nothing wrong. A lot of people gonna nitpick about everything we do.
Right.
Everything is gonna be nitpicky. So I know you're not taking it hard or nothing like that. It's a learning experience, and I'm very glad you got that experience because next time you know what to do even more so. I remember you going out to you started. I think I don't know if it's the first time you started teaching, but it was out there on Greenwood.
Right.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. People was like, "Who's that brother?"
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah,
I was like, "Yeah, that brother need to get out there and start teaching more, man."
Yeah.
So it was good, man. I was very happy to see you step up more because you was already doing stuff behind the scenes, kind of like Zion, and saying like you was powerful and mighty. Saying might as well out there show it in the public. So yeah, man, that thing is gaining momentum, and people are starting to see some stuff and say some stuff about it. So it ain't, like I said, you're going to hear some good things and bad things, but, it is what it is. But, question.
Yes, sir.
How long, this is off that topic.
Yes, sir.
How long have you been in the truth?
From my knowledge, I think 3 years.
3 years?
A little short of Mahar. I think he may have been in the knowledge of the truth a year longer than me.
God. So, with that, and I like to I asked all the brothers the same question. What's one of your favorite scriptures? Because a lot of brothers is going to have a lot of favorite scriptures. I know I did. And that's kind of hard for me to ask or answer because there's so many good ones out there. When you come into the truth, you start to read and know more, and it's just hard to actually pinpoint one. But if you got one, what is one of Officer Aharon's favorite scriptures?
Off tops, one of my favorite scriptures that I got it etched into my Bible. It's been my favorite scripture for a while, and it will continue to be my favorite scripture. Right? Is Romans 8:28, and we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are called according to His purpose.
Okay.
So no matter what I do, no matter what happens in my life, if it seems bad to me, if I continue to love God, it's for my good.
God, that's beautiful.
Simple as that.
God, what's one of the things that you wanted to do? Like, what did you want to be when you was younger? What was something that you want to get into? Did you have a goal, or you wanted to be a entertainer, or, you know what I'm saying, a singer, or?
To be honest, I had a lot.
Because you can sing, right, brother?
Hey,
right.
You know,
right?
I kind of get
Hey,
through there.
Juba got talent.
I kind of get through there, right?
Right.
One of my, not even one, a lot of.
He's like, listen to my song.
Right. Mixtape dropping out.
Right. Golly.
I actually wanted to be a lot, and I remember I actually wanted to be a lot because I had talked to my mama the other day. I used to want to be a dentist. I used to be a police officer. I used to want to be a lot, and the reason was because I always wanted to help my people.
Right.
I always wanted to help.
Mm-hmm.
And now, coming into the truth, I can help my people. And even still in the truth, I had tapped in with my friend Yashar. He's an OT Israelite. Y'all know Yashar. He was at camp one time, and then me and Mahar ended up working with him. Of course, he's an OT.
Yeah.
Takes discernment. I'm not an OT Israelite. Y'all know that, right?
Right.
But he's an herbalist, and he's into
Okay.
healing his people. And I know I always wanted to help my people.
Right.
I can help my people with the Bible. What other ways can I help my people?
Right.
Right. So that's when I got into herbs, and I got into a lot of physician work, and I got into a lot of that other stuff, which I still need to continue.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I need to talk to Yashar more often. But growing up, I used to want to be a lot. I used to want to be an entertainer, an actor, a singer. I used to want to be a dentist. I used to want to be a damn police officer because I didn't know what the hell a police officer was. I thought they protected and served, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I wanted to be a police officer. I wanted to do everything just to help.
Right.
That's all I wanted to do.
Yeah. That's what's up. You definitely had a heart for your people from the sound of it. So that's what's up. Another question I had, what's being in the truth for 3 years? What's one of the craziest things you've experienced being out here on the streets with the truth, with the Bible?
On the streets as
Sons of Jacob.
teaching?
Sons of Jacob.
Okay. One of the craziest things, you good, you ain't gotta ask me. Craziest stuff is people who will threaten you and, just threaten you.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, I know I had this one particular time where I was talking to an OG. You remember, you're right, OG, and he was talking about he'd come see me and doing all this and winking and I holler at you, which in all reality I don't have no problem with him. I wish the brother would come back up and talk to us.
Mm-hmm.
The problem where I had a fault was he was talking over the Bible.
Yeah.
I didn't like that.
Right.
I called him out on it. You ain't no OG. OG's respect. You ain't no OG, right?
Right.
And he took that the wrong way, and then he said he'd be back. That was pretty crazy to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which my intent wasn't to offend; it was to show the truth.
Right.
OGs respect people. If you know a real OG, they show respect.
Bro.
They show respect. That's what it's militant.
Right.
It's not. You're not playing. You're not talking while somebody else is talking. It's militant.
Yeah.
And that's what I was trying to tell him. You ain't no OG. I'm calling him out on his game. You ain't no OG, bro. Because you talking while the Bible coming out.
Right.
It's not respectful.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I want to have a conversation with him again. I don't mean no harm towards him.
Right.
It wasn't to offend. It wasn't like I was just going to beat anybody up. If you know me, you know I'm not that kind of guy. Right? That was one of the craziest things when he got offended and he was like, doing the gun symbol and all that.
Right.
We talking about the Bible, brother. What you wrong?
Right.
But, multiple occasions of people threatening us, whatever. Amos even speaks about it. They hateth him that rebuketh in the gate.
God. That's right.
And that's what's
That's right.
expected.
Mm-hmm.
And this society is so effeminate when you speak straight to a man, when you just tell him what it is. He takes it as offense.
Right.
So.
God.
Yeah.
Hey, what's one of the mindsets that you would like to tell somebody that's just coming into the truth to that they should try to maintain or have freshly coming into the truth, what's one of the mindset? Like what should their mindset be focused on? What should they be trying to obtain?
Be patient and listen. Slow down.
Mm-hmm.
I tell my wife this all the time.
Yeah.
Slow down.
Yeah. Consistency.
Yeah.
Dedication, man.
Yeah.
It's not a sprint.
Nah.
Right. Yeah.
Slow down.
Yeah.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that deep.
Mm-hmm.
If you would have slowed down, you would have seen that.
Right.
That's it. Just slow down and be patient.
Mm-hmm.
Simple.
I asked these brothers that last week, and one of the things I like to go into is that when you come into this truth, you're not in the kingdom yet. So don't expect everybody that you're around that they perfect, because everybody's working on being perfect, right? So it's something that I think that's one of the mindsets that people have when they come into any troop or any camp.
Right.
They think that they're already
like they already made it.
They already made it to the kingdom. They're already in heaven, right? So no, this is just something that we all are striving to what does it say? It say that endure unto the end.
Right.
Right. This is an endurance race. This is something that you got to do for as long as you are alive. It's a marathon.
Sprint.
Kind. I asked Officer Mahar this, and I'm gonna go ahead and ask you this too. What is why do you think people feel like we're so harsh? Because you hear that a lot when we out there on the streets. People have they'll say that we're y'all sound so mean.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why are y'all so upset?
Yeah.
What would you say about that?
Like I said, we live in such a effeminate and
True.
tender society.
Uh-huh.
If you say anything straightforward, you get offended.
Mm-hmm.
If I was to go and tell a brother, "Hey, your shoe untied,"
right,
he's gonna be offended. Now,
Right.
how they expect me to say it is, "Oh, brother, your shoe kind of untied, and you know, I know what's going on."
Because I don't want this.
Deuteronomy 28:54.
They brothers, you know what I'm saying? Y'all
good,
calm
Zion.
down,
You good,
bro.
Zion. Don't
Y'all
get
calm
offended
down,
with that.
bro. They
You
tripping,
good.
bro.
You good.
These guys out here, bro. Watch the light too, because he keep getting close to that.
They got
light.
a little bit of beef going.
Right,
on.
they got some, hatred towards each other. You know what I'm saying?
He trying to get a water.
They both trying to get to the water at the same time.
Right.
They don't like each other.
Right.
It's getting crazy.
But we live in a tender-hearted society. Everybody's soft as hell.
Right.
And I've never, how I grew up, how my father spoke to me,
Right.
wasn't soft.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, whenever I would be sad or whatever, my daddy would look at me and tell me, "Who cares that you're upset?"
Right.
I had to think about that. Damn, who really care? Mama don't care. My brother don't care.
Right.
My friends don't give a damn. I'm upset.
Mm-hmm.
He said, and he'd look at me and tell me, "Nobody give a damn.
Right.
Get over it."
Right.
That's how I grew up. It wasn't effeminate. It wasn't soft. So when you come in with this truth, the truth is when we telling people what it is, hey, you got to keep commandments or you're going to die.
Right.
They take offense immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's not God. That's not the God that gave me a damn lollipop the other day. Whatever they want to come with. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's
Right.
a lot of gay stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. So, the truth hurts. The truth is sharp, like the scriptures say. Especially since we're speaking straightforward as men. That's why we get looked at how we look at it. Everybody else in society likes to sugarcoat stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We're not. It's tough.
Well, man, we appreciate you doing your thing, being consistent. The brothers have been doing their thing on Sons of Jacob main page, putting in lessons and stuff. And do you got any shout outs or anything that you want to say to the people out there? All right. Also, is there any questions, Zion? Did they have any questions? I don't know if they had any questions in the comments section. Okay.
I'm looking at it.
Okay, Con. So did you have any shout outs or anything you wanted to say? We got a few more brothers that I wanted to go ahead and get in here. And I think we've been going for a minute.
Dang, I don't know why the dogs all got crazy. But,
hey, wilderness, bro.
Shout out Sakari. Shout out ISUPK. Shout out IUIC. Shout out Battle Axes. You know what I'm saying? Shout out all the camps. Shout out Ram Gadal Gabarium. Shout out everybody. I learn from everybody. You know what I'm saying? We mess with y'all. We mess with all the camps. We don't got no problem with camps. No, we're not a part of any other camps, but we don't have no problem with other camps.
Right.
We like all y'all brothers. You know? Shout out Sons of Thunder. Shout out all y'all brothers, you know? I mean, this is, you know, shout out Yahweh Shai. You know what I'm saying? He don't need it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out the Most High.
Right.
But, you know, to all the camps, man, keep doing your thing. I mean, I know we love y'all. You know, there's no problem over here. If brothers may have a small disagreement in a doctrine, over here we don't care. You teaching to keep the law, statutes, commandments. You teaching to keep the faith. You cool with us. Now, if you're going against that, that's different.
Right.
But if you teaching to keep the laws, you teaching to keep the faith. All praises, we with you, 100%.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that, man, because I've been wanting to do it. Every time I get on, I be forgetting. Give shout out to all the camps, man, because we got love for all camps, man. I know, you know, going into the truth. I think you was probably with us a couple times when we go out to eat and we see brothers that come by. I'm not gonna name no names, but they will see brothers from other camps and they won't salute. They won't shalom. You see a brother with fringes on, you're like, hey man, what a brotherly love at?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we definitely got love for all the camps, man. All the camps out there doing their thing because they all teaching and pushing the truth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's beautiful, man.
For sure.
But yeah, man. Shalom, you know. This is powerful officer Aharon doing his thing, man. We thank you for coming in and getting an interview with us.
All praises.
Water
for having me.
This
is Rod Depart.
Yes, sir.
Shalom.
Can you see? I don't know which other brothers might want to come in. It's going in. It's going in. It's going in. You've been playing too much, bro. Look, it's a double team. It's a triple team out there. It's crazy, bro. Wilderness, bro.
They heard that. No dog was injured during the filming.
Put a strong disclaimer up, you know what I'm saying? No animals was injured. All right. So we got a couple more Sons of Jacob members that we want to do a quick interview with. I don't know how long we've been on here, but like I said, I know all members ain't trying to get interviewed. We might even have some brothers that's not a part of Sons of Jacob that want to come out here. Oh, now come on now. He found some shelter.
Look, we got some.
Right. Look, we ain't here, bro. Hey, cause like we're trying to be careful because last time they was over here before we got started, they knocked the whole thing over. Everything was knocked over. Lights was knocked over. Camera. He just chilling underneath the table. Oh man.
No over here.
Right. Yeah, ain't no beef over here. It's peaceful over here, bro. Let me stay over here with y'all, bro. Right. So I mean, you know, this is where we interviewing the Sons of Jacob members, officers, soldiers, and we got a powerful brother over here. And when I tell y'all these brothers are powerful, I'm not just saying that. These brothers got beautiful spirits, and the Most High God definitely knows what he's doing when he's pulling somebody out of the truth, because these brothers is doing their jobs, and they're doing a good job. And right now we got a brother here. Can you introduce yourself? Can you state your name and your rank?
Soldier Yadadiah.
Hey, what's Yadadiah mean?
Friend with God.
Friend with God. Can you give me just a little bit of quick backdrop on how you came into the truth? How did you come into the truth?
Man, I'm kind of give you a quick one. Summarize.
Yeah.
All right, so I was actually in prison. And on my term in prison, I was actually looking for the truth. And upon me looking for the truth, I was already reading the Bible, right? But I was raised up as a Baptist in Christianity. So my Christianity lenses was on, so to speak, right? So I'm like, man, at that time, I had met some Muslim brothers. Because, you know, in prison, you bump into a lot of Muslim brothers.
Right.
So I was curious. I'm like, man, I wanted to, you know, what's the truth? So, you know, I had started going to Jumu'ah with them, but I'm studying the truth. But I never wanted to be in Islam, but I wanted to see what was going on just in case. Like, man, maybe it could be right. It wasn't right, you know, whatnot. But then I met my wife in prison, right? And she introduced me to being an Israelite. But the key with that is, like I said, I had my Christian lens on, right? So we sword fought for 2 years.
Okay.
Back to back, because like I said, I was in the Bible. I was
Right.
actually in the Bible, so I was kind of thought I was standing on something.
Uh-huh.
And she hit me with a Melchizedek.
Melchizedek?
And she hit me
Okay.
with the regenerations.
Mm.
And that's what brought me in the truth.
Okay, so you said that you was in prison and you was there's a lot of Muslims in there. So what's one of the things, like, why didn't you cleave more towards the nation of Islam?
Okay.
Because that's one of the people we ran into today.
Hey, yeah.
Was wanting to go into the nation of Islam. So
what
was-
did it for me was,
Yeah.
so they have Juma on Fridays. You go down there, they pray and they read. And this is what really got me. When they do their Juma, they read out the Bible.
Mm.
So they'll read out the Quran like a Sirach or whatever.
Mhm.
But then they go straight into the Bible and teach from the Bible.
Mm.
So I'm like, well,
I didn't know
so
that.
my mom was like, well, then why don't y'all believe in the Bible if you teaching from the Bible? So
Right.
that really kind
That
of
don't
didn't
make no
sit right
sense.
to me, right?
Right,
You know what I
right.
mean? I'm like, why y'all going to the Bible if y'all don't believe in everything it say? Why would you even go to it?
Right.
So that was like the main thing for me. Like, well, if y'all reading the Bible, then
Something
what
ain't
do you
right.
need the Quran for? Right.
Like
So
I
I
said
was
today,
just
the
cool.
math
Yeah,
ain't
it makes
mathing,
sense.
bro.
The math,
It
the
just
math
don't
wasn't
make no
math.
sense, bro.
It wasn't making sense to me, man.
Man.
I'm talking about their whole sermon was like they'll read 2 Sirachs, but then they're reading chapters out the Bible.
Dang.
You're right.
That's crazy. You said, so how long you been in the truth?
Oh man, exact number. I would say since about 4 years now. 2018. Like I said, my wife hit me in 2016, and I had got baptized in Christianity. Right,
Okay,
it was
okay.
crazy how it all started. I had just got baptized
Mhm.
2016, thinking that I'm taking the right route.
Right.
And she hit me with them scriptures. Like I said, it took about 2 years for me to actually be like, well, this is the truth. So about 2018. So about
Look at
4
him.
years.
Look at him. Look at him. About to take
Yeah, he about to take that out.
Like take the whole table out.
It's been about
The
4
broadcast
years
about
now.
to shut down. Slacky, go ahead.
About 4 years now.
Okay, about 4 years.
Truth, practicing, keeping the commandments.
Okay.
Striving and enduring.
Okay. So about 4 years. So I know there's a lot of. I asked every brother this. What's one of your favorite scriptures? I know it's a lot.
Man,
And I know there's a lot of favorites.
Yes.
So it's kind of hard to pick one.
The one that really always stood out to me, bro, is Psalms 46 and 10,
Uh-huh.
because I feel like it's going into you actually having faith. Because it's telling you to sit still and just know that I am the Lord, right? I
okay.
be exalted among the heathen. You know what I mean? It's
right.
basically saying like, hey, sit still and know that, man, I'm going to do what I'm going to do.
God.
So that's like my favorite one.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's beautiful, man. I think because we're doing these interviews and it does say something about a brother when you hear one of their favorite scriptures. It just adds more to that person. You know what I'm saying? Like I know me going into my garage, I had 1 John chapter 3 and verse 22, which was
Come out the world.
No. Let me get it because I don't want to paraphrase it wrong, but it's not long. But still, it's something that I liked and I wanted to keep in there because it and a lot of the scriptures that brothers do have, it's pretty simple and easy to understand. So, 1 John chapter 3 and verse 22, it says, and whatsoever we ask, we receive of him because we keep his commandments and do those things that are pleasing in his sight. So it's very simple and easy to understand, but it's so powerful at the same time. So that's the same thing like yours. It's easy to understand, but it's powerful at the same time.
Powerful. Especially once you really understood it, because when I first came across it, I just loved it for so much, and I didn't really understand that it was going into your faith.
God.
Like I thought he would just like be still. Like I was thinking he was telling me to sit down because I was going, like I was saying, I was in prison, and I'm like, man, okay, be still. I need to see what he's lining up for me. And then once I grew in this truth, I realized like, damn, this is a faith precept. This is actually you dealing with know that I am the Lord.
Right.
Be still. Have faith in me. Know that you ain't gotta do what you think you gotta do. All you gotta do is obey me. I got the rest.
Right.
All right.
Con, go ahead.
So you see the youth, Kia boys. We see all these dumb trends, right? And for somebody that actually has done time, what is one crucial thing that you should tell the youth that think it's just games if they get 10 years in prison, 20-year sentence? They doing things that are felonies that will actually change their life because they're not considered. What's words of advice for those kids that are doing those actions without truly fathoming the consequences?
First off, that consequence, man. Once you get into that into that environment, you get into that cell, you gotta know that not only can you get lost, but it's not guaranteed that you go home after you do that 10-year sentence. But you can die in there. I almost got stabbed 3 times. The Lord, I never been shot or stabbed, but I almost got stabbed 3 times in there. The Lord protected me. So you gotta understand that it's that serious. It's not no guns in there, so you gonna fight. I fought the first day I went in there and the last day I left. You gonna fight. That's guaranteed. But it's not no guarantee that you gonna make it out of there. Ain't no guarantee that you gonna ever see the people you love the most. Or you gonna see freedom. That's not guaranteed. Just because you got a 2-year sentence, 5-year sentence. You know what I'm saying? And then you gotta remember, man, you going there with a 10-year sentence, your cellie can have a life sentence. I had 2 cellies that was life. What if them people just like knew because I was going home, they just killed me in my sleep?
Right.
They could have. But you know, the Lord protected me. So my biggest thing is just know if you gonna sign up for something, just know it's a consequence. People go in there and it don't dawn on them, because I know a few brothers that had 60-something years. They come in there and they 18 with 60 years. They got to do 58 years on that 60, right? It don't dawn on them that they not coming home until that 3rd, 4th, and 5th year. After that 4th and 5th year kind of settle in, like, oh, I ain't going home. And then they start wanting to change, but guess what? You still got 58, you still got 52 more years to do. You know what I mean? Like, bro, it's not worth it. Nothing you do is worth your freedom. You know what I mean? Nothing, bro. Especially if you want to, like, let's just say like me. I went to prison for selling drugs. But I've been home 3 years. I made more money since I've been home than those 2 years that I felt like I was balling. Selling drugs.
Did you ever get a chance to see that video we did on Kia Boys? Have you ever heard of them?
I never heard of Kia Boys.
Yeah, I didn't know it till Thahawam hit me to it. Bro, these guys, bro, these young kids, man, they out there stealing Kias. They'll steal anything.
A Kia?
But Kias, because they're easy to steal. And they driving like it's a video game.
So he said, do you get any money? They're not after the money.
Right.
Okay, so a Kia and a Honda is like some of the easiest cars to steal.
Budget Toyota. I mean, high standard Toyota.
They're easy to steal, so they target those cars, but they're only stealing them to destroy them for a few minutes, and it's an actual trend. Like they have music. It's a culture. It's a wave.
Yeah.
They have music that they make to play. That remind me of that. What was that? That movie that came out where they were stealing cars. You remember that movie back in the day?
Going to 60 Seconds.
No, with Israel. It was it ain't coming to my mind. It was like in New York City where they was carjacking cars.
Set It Off or something?
I wouldn't set it off. Man, I can't believe I can't think of it. You know what I'm talking about too. I know you do. It still come on TV to this day. It's a movie though. It's not joyriding. It's not GTA. It's not carjacking. But a lot of people got killed on that movie just for speeding from the police. You know what I mean? And having car crashes, killing themselves.
Bro.
No, it ain't that. It's a what do you call it?
Hood classic.
Hood classic, right?
But like,
I just can't think of the name right now.
But they have music that they play they have music that they make to play when they get in the stolen car, and man,
so they base their whole life around that, man. And then they don't have no care in the world. Like, hey, like, well, what if somebody's in the street? Like, what? Like, how do you feel? They was like, well, you better get out the way. It's your fault if you get hit.
That's how
That's
they
their mindset. That's their mindset.
And then I would love to just see like their backgrounds. You know what I mean? Like, do you got a 2-parent home? Do you?
And then the men are out there in the streets, like the grown men, the elder men are out there in the streets just shaking their head because there's nothing they can do.
There's nothing really you can do. I mean, that's just like with me when I was coming up. What can you really do? True. You could say something, but I'm still gonna do what I'm gonna do. You know what I mean? But that's when the law come in. That's when you losing your life, or you seeing your friend next to you lose his life. Like, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Cause those type of you like me, like you see somebody get their head blew off in front of you, but you never forget those memories. Like that's something that's life changing.
Yeah, for real.
You know what I mean, see somebody get stabbed in prison, and die, take that last breath.
Yeah.
That changed me.
Yeah, that affects
that
you for real.
me as a man.
Yeah, I know. I know my brother. He would tell me. He said, you know, he's good at fighting, but he said, you know, he would rather not fight because he saw what fighting can do.
What fighting can do. Cause like I told somebody the other day, the toughest, strongest people is the people I seen get killed. The one that can whoop everybody, he's the first person you gonna kill. The scary person gonna kill him. Cause he ain't beat me up. So like I told, it ain't about being tough, because that's who in the graveyards right now. That's who doing life sentences is tough people. The ones that's in the graveyard because they was the toughest. So you gotta think about it. Is it about being tough? Hell no. It's about being smart. Like, I didn't know this is what we was felt. I was taught as a man, when we have a disagreement, we fight. But real men sit down and come to an agreement. You know what I mean? So that's the difference, man. I just hate that they think that's a trend. That's a deadly trend, man. Because, you know, in Tulsa right now, if you rob anything, it's 15 years first offense, if they want to give it to you. 15 years violent, bro. My partner be home next year, bro. He just did 12 and a half. He'll be home next year. But that's life-changing, bro. That 8 years, I can't get that back. When I left, my daughter was 7, my other daughter was 6, and my youngest daughter was 2. I came home, they was 10, 14, and 15. Come on, bro. I can't never get that back.
Yeah.
I missed my whole 20s in prison, bro.
And they think it's cool, and they out there, man. They flipping cars. Bro.
Yeah, and get out of it, and you unscathed. But like, bro, you could have died. What about when you become paraplegic? You a vegetable, all because you wrecked this car because you was having fun.
Yeah.
Ain't no fun when you sitting in that bed and all you can do is blink.
Yeah, and you can't move.
All you can do is blink.
Can't talk.
Come on, man.
You just gotta breathe and blink.
Breathe and blink. A machine is
through a tube.
Come on, bro. We got to think about this type of stuff.
Yeah, they're not thinking about it.
They're not thinking about it.
But there ain't nobody telling them. Ain't nobody making them think about it.
That's
until
rough,
it
though.
happens.
Until it happened, and now can't nobody do nothing for me. Now, that's rough to see. Even if because somebody got a mama, your mama got to come see you, and you just all you can do is blink. Come on, man, don't do your mama like that.
Yeah.
That's one of the biggest things that really. My mama was hurt, bro.
Yeah.
My mama was hurt. I used to
that
call her. She'd be crying on the phone. She don't know if I'm gonna ever make it home.
Right.
Yeah, we didn't. I didn't think about that type of stuff. I didn't think about how it was affecting my kids, my mama. I didn't think about that. I didn't care really at first. When I really think about it, I couldn't have cared because if you care, you wouldn't do that shit.
Right. So so you see y'all that are watching, we see people here at Sons of Jacob, man, and this is any camp. You see brothers of all different walks of life, all different backgrounds, man, and this is kind of another thing that you get to see. Getting this interview, Sons of Jacob, all different walks of life, man. I never got into the situation. I know my brother was influenced heavily, and this is where you met him.
So I met Rico.
You met my brother,
in
jail.
Cutting hair.
Yeah. So, but I was never. It wasn't so much Rico that kind of kept me away from it. It was Rico that kept me away from a lot of this, but it was some of his friends too that was like, "No, you too young, and you the little bro." So it just kind of kept me away from it. And
I wish I would have had that, bro. Yeah. I got family members that really could have really stepped up.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have never went that route. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the stuff that they seen me, as wild as they seen me was, they could have stepped up and like, hey, get in this car. Punch me in my chest. Nah, you ain't about to live like that, bro.
Right.
Or even took me down to a jailhouse or took me to a graveyard. Look, this person died because of this. Or this person got a license.
Make it a reality, man.
Bro.
Yeah.
It could have changed me.
Yeah. I know Zion had another question, though. Go ahead.
Oh, now you.
That's a good question.
Yeah, that was a good question. That was a real good question.
Yeah, just for anybody that's listening that got, like he said, he wished he had a figure in his life to tell him that. For the people that are watching, you could be that figure. If you see, not even your own kid, you see a boy that's doing stupid, and especially nowadays, nobody wants to deal with anybody. You want to go to A to B. That's why the men of the Lord are here. We are the ones to tell a person we never even met, man, stop getting lineups like that. Man, keep your beard. Complimenting a young boy's beard, the chances of him not shaving it just went a million times up. Of him actually keeping that beard. All it takes is just a sincere, not even the longest, the most well said breakdown to change a man's life. It could just be like, hey, your beard looks good today, King. That little boy is gonna remember it. Or even a teenager. Hey, I've been in your shoes, I've done this and that. It's really can change a man's life. But jail life, a lot of people think they can handle it. They cannot.
I got it. To even expound on what you're saying, right? The main reason why you see a lot of kids doing what they doing is because they actually feel like don't nobody care. They really feel like they alone. So like Zion just said, if one little conversation can change a person from killing themselves, it can change a person from making a bad decision because most time when you living like that, like when I was living the way I was living, because I felt like didn't nobody give a damn. Who cares about me? Who cares? Like, don't nobody care if I eat tonight. Don't nobody care if I'm warm. Don't nobody care. So why should I care? And then all it takes is one person. You ain't even got to know a person. I'm like, damn, he care about me? Or you can really change a person's mind state. From, we even see it to this day. People don't kill themselves because one person say, hey, man,
Yeah.
I love you, bro. I care about
Yeah.
you, bro. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right, man. I got one more quick question. Knocked out of the way about, I'm trying to find one we didn't get answered a lot. I guess I'll ask this last question. If I asked these brothers this last week, and I'll ask you, if there's an alpha male, such thing as an alpha male, right?
Mm.
Is there an alpha female?
No.
You say no. Why?
Because I don't even. So, all right.
It's just, bro, it's nothing to do with the Bible, but it's just your personal opinion. Go ahead.
It doesn't even fit their characteristics. Like, why would it be an alpha female when, like, even the elderly female should still be not trying to reign over nobody, not trying to rule nobody. She should just be, helping, adding to. So I just don't understand the alpha female. Like, that just doesn't even make sense to me. Like, even me personally, and this is gonna be a little backlash right here, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Israelites, right? Israelites talking about they alpha anything is crazy to me, and I'm gonna show you why.
Go ahead.
We all up under captivity,
man,
up under Esau. So how is any one of us alpha anything when we listening to somebody else?
For real,
you see what I'm saying?
For real.
Same concept with a woman. These women should have men being over them. So how's you alpha anything?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You should be coming under subjection. That's the whole. Your whole essence is to be in subjection up under a man. That's your whole essence.
Right.
So what would make sense to be even have a characteristic of an alpha? That don't make sense to me. So yeah.
Well, we're getting ready to go on a quick commercial break, and before we do you have any shout outs or anything that you want to say to the people? Because we live right now. I don't know if you know that, but we live right now. So if you have anything you want to say to, does anybody have any questions?
Yeah, if anybody got any questions, but the water, man, for y'all just supporting, man, and just the support is everything because we study, we endure for the people, bro. We actually, man, we got hours of us studying, going through science, going through history. Y'all know we in the Bible for sure. Everything coming from out the Bible, but we really studying this stuff, like just trying to build on understanding and give it to the nation. So we just saying the water again for supporting because, man, it's everything to see, like, all right, people are actually listening, or actually, trying to build the nation. So yeah, just the water for the support, man.
Okay. That's what's up. Well, again, this is Soldier Jedediah, powerful Soldier Jedediah. I expect good things from this brother through the power of the Most High God and the Son Yahweh Shai and sons of Jacob. Maybe we got a few more brothers out here that might be willing to do an interview. But we're gonna take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back with you.
Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to
5 seconds to answer each question, starting with number 1. There are 2 Bible books that begin by telling us, in the beginning. Question 2. Which one of these are prophets? Question number 3. Name the mother of John the Baptist. Hope you did well. Check to see what the answer is right after the commercial.
Black Biblical Imagery Part 2.
Yo, Iron Council will be moving from Sons of Jacob Tulsa to SOJ Gatekeepers. Make sure you are not missing out. Go, like, and subscribe now. We will be holding the Feast of Dedication sundown December 17th. If you live in the Tulsa or the Oklahoma area and would like to join us, hit us up at our email, sonsofjacobtulsa@gmail.com. Shalom. Yo, it's your big Aki Jeremiah bringing you 3 Bible trivia questions. Leave your answers in the comments below. You will have 5 seconds to answer each question, starting with number 1. There are 2 Bible books that begin by telling us, in the beginning. Question 2. Which one of these are prophets? Question number 3. Name the mother of John the Baptist. Hope you did well. Check to see what the answer is right after the commercial.
Black Biblical Imagery Part 2.
Yo, Iron Council will be moving from Sons of Jacob Tulsa to SOJ Gatekeepers. Make sure you are not missing out. Go, like, and subscribe now. We will be holding the Feast of Dedication sundown December 17th. If you live in the Tulsa or the Oklahoma area and would like to join us, hit us up at our email, sonsofjacobtulsa@gmail.com. Shalom. Yo, it's your big Aki Jeremiah bringing you 3 Bible trivia questions. Leave your answers in the comments below. You will have 5 seconds to answer each question, starting with number 1. There are 2 Bible books that begin by telling us, in the beginning. Question 2. Which one of these are prophets? Question number 3. Name the mother of John the Baptist. Hope you did well. Check to see what the answer is right after the commercial.
Black Biblical Imagery Part 2.
Yo, Iron Council will be moving from Sons of Jacob Tulsa to SOJ Gatekeepers. Make sure you are not missing out. Go, like, and subscribe now. We will be holding the Feast of Dedication sundown December 17th. If you live in the Tulsa or the Oklahoma area and would like to join us, hit us up at our email, sonsofjacobtulsa@gmail.com. Shalom. Yo, it's your big Aki Jeremiah bringing you 3 Bible trivia questions. Leave your answers in the comments below. You will have 5 seconds to answer each question, starting with number 1. There are 2 Bible books that begin by telling us, in the beginning. Question 2. Which one of these are prophets? Question number 3. Name the mother of John the Baptist. Hope you did well. Check to see what the answer is right after the commercial.
Black Biblical Imagery Part 2.
God, in the wilderness, out here in the elements.
That's right.
Man, it's cold. Oh, God. Had to get a little bit of, you know what I'm saying, something. It's feast day. Feast of dedication, you know what I'm saying? So, whoo, man, these gloves are supposed to be helping, man. It's cold. These gloves is cold, man. Did you wear these? No. Gee. I guess so, man. I don't have to endure, huh? Hopefully they warm up. But, we got a special member right here, Brother Double War. Well, I don't know if did you want to go by your name, Double War? What? I'm gonna let you go ahead and state your name. State your name for me, brother.
Double War.
Brother Double War. Gone. I know your situation is a little bit different. You kind of like you kind of struggled a little bit with the truth, right? Would you say? He had a lot of questions. I know the brother had a lot of questions. He had a lot of, he wasn't 100% sure. He didn't want to be led wrong. So there's nothing wrong with the brother asking a lot of questions. He just really took his time on coming into the truth. Watch out there. So what do you think about the truth? What do you think about the knowledge that you've been getting and receiving?
I honestly been thinking that I've been given a lot of knowledge and understanding. It's some stuff that I have been disagreeing with, though.
Yeah.
But most stuff I do agree with. Like God, you know, is a balanced God. He's about love. He's also about hate.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I didn't understand why God hate. But now I do understand why he hates, because if I was the Most High, I would hate a lot of, that's going on this earth too, all this abomination, wickedness, people want to be gay, transgenders. Basically, society is messing up God's creation.
Right.
You got Esau messing with the welder and all that. They messing with God's creation, so I can understand now why God is upset.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. And then you got they trying to put babies in men, when men can be pregnant like women. It's all backwards.
All kinds of
That's actually a thing. That's actually a thing.
Yeah, that's the actual thing. Yeah,
it's all backwards, and I can
I
understand.
don't even know if we want to go into that.
It's so crazy. I can understand why the Most High is upset and why he's coming back to kill them. It makes a lot of sense. This world do need to be re-cleansed by bloodshed.
Right. So, Brother Double War, he's been, you know, kind of bouncing back and forth a little bit in the truth, and just because. Tell me a little bit about what before you got into this truth, before you understood that you're an Israelite. What were you?
I was still stuck in that Christianity.
And that Christianity had would you say that Christianity had a pretty big hold on you?
I would say, honestly, yeah.
What had more of an influence on you? Would it be Christianity? Would it be your family?
Both.
Both.
Because I could be wrong, but they talk like they Christians. I'm assuming they are, so because they believe that God loves everybody too.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm gonna say Christianity in my family.
Okay. So I know, as a matter of fact, a lot of y'all, if y'all been keeping up with the Sons of Jacob for some years, y'all can see our progress and where we come from, and a lot of our earlier videos. You remember Gus?
Gus, yep.
Yeah, you remember Gus? So if you see a lot of our earlier videos, when we kind of first started, we would go to the bus station. A lot of our homeless brothers and sisters would be out there, and we ran into Gus. And Double R was actually with us when we started running into Gus. And I like Gus, man. I really wish I had a opportunity to talk to Gus again, man. But this brother, he been with us for that long. Say what? Yeah. He would say that because I would say some of the stuff that Gus would say. He was like, "Give me the mic, bro. Y'all not talking about nothing. Give me the mic. Y'all not talking about nothing." He would try to go into his Christian spiel and Christian rhetoric. Man, it was funny. He was just a funny character. Do you have any questions for the brothers or any of us? Do you have any questions, or what have you been researching so far? I'm kind of.
Well, I kind of believe
more on him.
I kind of believe that now, doing some studying with Brother Shalai, old school Israelite brother, that and y'all don't have to, agree. I mean, I could be wrong, but other nations can be saved too, but they got to want to become Israel.
Okay.
Because I believe the strangers, and I did say the word believe, I didn't say it's a fact, but I believe the strangers are other nations. Because I looked up on Google and it showed me that the strangers are other nations.
Okay. Yeah. Well, this is an interview, so we just interviewing you, just seeing what you believe, see what you think, see how you perceive it. You know what I'm saying? See where your beliefs and understanding is, where your studies have brought you. That's all we. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Go ahead. Disclaimer. Go ahead. Go with the disclaimer.
Disclaimer. Brother Double R, he currently is not a part of SOJ. As y'all seen, we brought up our officers, we brought out some of our soldiers. We just want to make it clear that this brother is currently not a part of SOJ.
He's keeping the commandments. There are some things he agree with us, some things you don't agree with us, right? Is that fair to say?
Right.
Okay, so but the brother's here. He's keeping his fringes. He's keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments. The brother's here at the feast day celebrating with us, and we're very thankful to have that brother here, man. We ran into him at the store, actually. That's actually how we got into it. Just tonight. Tonight, we ran into this brother at the store, right, before the feast day. Right, as the feast day, we wanted to get some hot dogs and some beef dogs. I'll make that clear. Beef dogs and chicken. And we ran into this brother, man, and he's invited to the cookout. Go ahead.
And I'm actually glad that Double R is here. This is what the podcast is about. We want to get people's point of views. Like, brother, if you have any disagreements or anything, let it air out. We're here to actually pick people's brain and get something from it. So appreciate you being on the podcast, brother.
And this is for you. This is for you. So it's not like a controversy. It's more just to get into your mind and how you think and how you believe, really, right? So, can you give me one thing, just one thing, that you disagree with a lot of the brothers out there teaching?
Well, lineups. I honestly think that we can still get lineups. Now, yeah, the Bible does say don't destroy your hair, but the way when I read it, and it even showed me what it meant in somewhere in Proverbs. It didn't say anything about you couldn't get lineups and make it look, presentable. It just said don't. The way I took it as don't destroy your beard or your hair. Don't cut it all off.
Right.
That's how I took it.
Okay. So a lot of people actually have that same understanding. I think IUIC got that understanding too. Like they don't. I think they get lined up too.
Yeah, because I looked up the word March, M-A-R. That word that's in the
Mar?
Yeah. And it took me to Proverbs. It'll show you what it means somewhere in Proverbs. I can't remember the scripture on the top of my head, and I went to that scripture, and it was talking about don't destroy. It never said anything about you can't get lineups.
Right.
It just said don't destroy. So I took that as from my understanding, don't cut all your hair off and don't cut all your beard off.
I got you. Okay. How long would you say you've been in the truth? Or at least trying to walk into the truth? I know you wasn't fully in the truth. You had questions, you was kind of on and off. You got questions.
I've been in for a minute. I ain't gonna lie. For some 5, 6
You know
years
a lot
now.
of brothers in the truth.
Yeah.
Stuff to that nature. Yeah. What's something that, you got a scripture that you kind of cleave to, that you meditate on a lot? You have a scripture that you meditate on a lot?
Well, honestly, no.
You don't?
No.
Okay. And that comes with time sometimes.
Yeah, it does.
So ain't nothing wrong with that. It comes with time.
To be honest, when I left, I ain't gonna lie, I was thinking about you brothers a lot. I was thinking about coming back.
Mm-hmm.
But what was kind of holding me back, I didn't want to come back and I'm still sinning, because I ain't gonna lie, when I left, I was sinning. It's some stuff that I'm ashamed to say.
Yeah, you ain't got to go into it. Hey, this is Iron Council. Podcast, you know what I'm saying? This will be live. See, you know what I'm saying? People be getting it wrong, uncut. I'm sorry, I don't want to get too loud, but people be getting it wrong, uncut,
But see, this stuff is really scary. This stuff is really scary to me, because ever since I've been knowing about this, the boy always been telling me, this ain't no game. I mean, you know the truth now, you know better, so you should want to get right. I want to get right. How can I say this? I want to do right, and I want to, make it to the kingdom, but it's just hard for me to do it, and I'm born in sin. You see what I'm saying? Like, when I was with you, even when I was with y'all, I felt like I was still sinning. That's what was kind of pretty much holding me back from coming back, because I don't want to play with, like, ever since I've been knowing Keon, he know about the truth.
Right.
He watched y'all counts and watched IUIC, and especially Watch for Israel with Adam Abbott. That's his favorite, count. And he always told me, even though we know the truth, you shouldn't want to play with God like that if you win it and you still sinning.
Right.
So I was basically just stuck in a box. Like, I didn't know where to go, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. Sometimes it takes people hard to change. Like, change is not always quick. It's not always easy. So change sometimes take time.
Because I ain't gonna lie, I still think about sex. All the women I wish I couldn't have had sex with.
Right.
And still.
Yeah. And like I said, it takes time. That doesn't give us an excuse to just do whatever, because you're supposed to get right. So I'm glad you got the sense of urgency that you want to get right. That's good. That's beautiful, man. And I'm glad that you're here. I was very glad to see you at the store with your fringes on. Yeah, that was beautiful, man. That was a beautiful sight to see, man. It was good. So I do appreciate that. And I know the Most High does too. But any of y'all brothers got a question for this brother? Oh man. I ain't got a whole lot, and I don't want to get into anything too deep. And maybe next time we can have you on again. If you had any questions, you got any questions for us?
No.
Not right off top? Okay. So, what's up?
How do y'all feel about me coming back?
Okay, so we never know what Brother Double R is going to come with. You know what I'm saying? Brother Double R, our brother, he used to ask us a whole lot of questions. When we like questions, you know what I'm saying? We like questions, but the brother will come with a whole lot of questions, man. We never know what that brother going to come with. So, man, we hold fast to as long as keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, man. You know what I'm saying? You doing that to the best of your ability. You know, we take certain tests to be a soldier. You know what I'm saying? You got history with us anyway. You know what I'm saying? You all right, brother. We'll take counsel on it and see how it go so far, man. So, but for now, it's looking good. You know what I'm saying?
Say I come back, and like I say, I'm still sinning. I know that's not going to be a good look, but y'all want me out.
You said, what we want you out?
Yeah.
Well, we would have to, like I said, we would have to have a council to see what that is. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's something that's like, man, if it's off the chain, you know what I'm saying? We would have to probably take time with you. We would have to actually because the scripture talks about proving a friend. You know what I'm saying? We can't just let anybody in anytime they want you. Some things take time. You know what I'm saying? And if the sin is too heavy, I'll say it like that. If it's too heavy, then we want to make sure that we don't just throw you in there just because you want to be in there. You know what I'm saying? That's not a good look for nobody. It's not a good look for you or us. So we want to take our time and get you in and make sure we're going to take counsel and make sure and identify what the sin is and see if it's profitable for us and you. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, we going to definitely work with you. It's not like we just going to throw you cash to the side. You see what I'm saying? Nothing but love. You got something? All right, Con, you ain't got nothing. You got something? Did you have another question for us? Con, so with that, man, we're going to go ahead and close out, man. I appreciate all the brothers and sisters watching in. It's been a blessing. I'm glad y'all could come and hang out with us for the Feast of Dedication. And Lord willing, I don't know if we'll have more of these podcasts, because it's cold. It is cold, brother. It's cold out here. So we're going to give all praises, all honor, and all glory to the Most High God, Yahweh, Bahashem, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai. Shalom, Wabrak, Mashpagadas. Peace and blessings, family. Shalom.
Only beats.